saw something completely different. I have here Morris Rutherglen Australian single malt whiskey. This will be my first ever Australian single malt whiskey. In fact, I've never had Australian whiskey at all. Ever. This will be the first one. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I was just reading the notes on the box. There's what the bottle looks like. Morris Rutherglen single malt whiskey. And it was talking about here, at Morris we have been making world-renowned fortified wines since 1859. It's our barrels that gift us distinctive flavors and a uniquely Australian whiskey experience. Founded in Rutherglen in 1859 by the banks of the Victoria Riverlands, over 160 years of expertise in winemaking, blending and aging, locally grown barley, over 6 generations of craftsmanship passed down from father to son, prize-winning Australian fortified barrels. Okay, so these barrels contained Australian fortified wine, which would be something like a sherry, or like something like a sherry, but Australian. With a deep respect for tradition combined with an unbridled passion that keeps us curious, it is our vision for Morris of Rutherglen to lead the creation of distinct new style of Australian whiskey to share with the world. Product of Australia, 44% ABV, Morris fortified, certified barrels. Okay, 44% ABV. Well, what does this set me back? It says here $89.99, so $90. That would be $9 BC liquor tax plus $4.50 goods and services tax plus 10 cents bottle deposit plus $89.99. $103.59 out the door. There you go. And that's BC liquor. So just over $100. Let's see if we can get this open. Oh, it has a nice big C-shaped thing that I can just tear off. Look at that. The foil just comes off like that. Beautiful. Nice job. Oh, take the whole thing. Take the whole foil off. And tightish cork. Looks like a composite. It is a composite. Okay. I'm going to pour some of this. And the last thing I had to drink was a maple whiskey. So I think it would be a good idea to cleanse my palate. Some water in there. Do some Orkney oat cakes. Oh, there it goes, right across the floor. I remember Whiskey Jason used to have a little thing going, cracker time, cracker time. Yeah, that's cracker time. Cleanse that palate. Make it receptive to what's in the glass. Because what was in the mouth before that was a lot of maple. And I don't think maple will go good with this. Oh. Okay. Now that the palate is most thoroughly cleansed, I can start nosing and tasting this stuff. Oh. Oh. Right away, I'm getting a rich, fortified wine note. It's a little bit reminiscent of sherry. It's like sherry and butterscotch put together. It's not like a dry sherry either. I'd say it's halfway in sweetness and dryness between a Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso, but yet it's not. It's different. I think there's a butterscotch thing to it as well, which is really interesting. So butterscotch and dark fruits, figs, dates, raisins, and butterscotch. If there's a malty note in there, I'm not getting it at all. It's just figs, dates, raisins, and butterscotch. At the same time, I'm not getting any. If there's caramel and if there's vanilla, it's covered up by that heavy dark fruits and butterscotch overcoat. And it smells delicious. Like I said, this is something new to me. This is an Australian whiskey. I've never had an Australian whiskey before. It's a single malt bottled at 44% ABV. I think that's what it says on it. Morris Rutherglen Australian Single Malt Whiskey. That will be the title of this video. And, it even says 44%, 88 proof for the Americans here. Our prized Morris barrels. And here, on this side, it says, the Victorian Riverlands. Oh, by the banks of the Victorian Riverlands. Okay. So far, it's really rich. Once again, that's all I'm getting. Figs, dates, raisins, that kind of thing. And butterscotch. Have another sip of water before I taste this. Oh, that smells good. I could nose it all day. But I do have a few more whiskeys to get through on this session. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this. Interesting. I'm getting a bit of a grassy note on the transition. And it appears to be quite viscous. Well, it's sheeting action, and the size of the droplets that are left on the glass are of a reasonable size. Let's have a second sip. As I hold it in my mouth, it's sparkling. It's almost effervescent. And it's very, very winey. I get a hint of the butterscotch on the palate, but not as much as I got on the nose. It's very winey, fortified wine, effervescent, and then the finish is kind of drops off. It coats the mouth, but it kind of drops off. The flavor just kind of goes, but I really love the nose. Oh, there's that nose again. Oh, butterscotch, figs, dates, raisins. Oh. On the palate, it's just tingling. Tingling, but I don't taste anything anymore. Try again. Okay. Big, dark, dried fruits. Again, the figs, dates, and raisins. Not so much the butterscotch. I'm getting something savory along with the dark fruits. And then after the savoriness, there is a coating on the mouth, but the flavor just kind of drops off. I would have liked, I think, more of a finish, but this is still not bad. It is a different, it's different. It's different from anything I've ever had before. And would I buy another bottle? Perhaps. We'll see how this one goes as the level comes down. Anyway, I don't know how to say cheers in Australian. What could I say but good day, mate? I love the nose, though. That nose does not disappoint. Good day, mate.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.